Well, good day again, everyone. I'm out in the pig pen with my pet pig Ruby, and Ruby's eating breakfast. And we're going to talk today about keeping track of the weather. And when you're on a farm or a ranch and you're trying to plan year to year, it's very helpful for me just to look back and see kind of what our annual rainfall is day by day, month by month. And I want to show you an easy way to do that on your phone. Most people have a smartphone, and it's an app you can download, and I'll go through that in just a minute. But first I want to show you the rain gauge that I use, and I'll put a link in the description so that you can access that same rain gauge. It's a very good one. So I'm standing out in our turtle and pig sanctuary. I showed you Ruby, our pet pig. Here is one of the turtles that my wife has. There's 3 of these African sulcata tortoises, and interestingly, they're herbivores. They eat grass, so they'll eat the grass in this pen. Very interesting creature. But I want to talk to you today about keeping records for weather events. And across the way here, and I'll walk over there in just a second, you can see our rain gauge that's sitting on the fence, and I'll describe that to you. But we're coming into early spring. Pastures are starting to green up, starting to get a lot of good growth. We'll get some grass that'll be quite high here in the next 2 weeks, and we'll be rotationally grazing. So let me show you my rain gauge, and then let me show you how I keep track of that on my phone and on my computer. So stay tuned for that. So here's my rain gauge. It's a Stratus rain gauge that is very well constructed, UV resistant. I've had this one on the fence here for probably 4 years now, and it's lost a little of its luster. It's a little cloudy looking on the outside, presumably from the sun. But I've got it on the fence unobstructed by any surrounding trees, and so it can catch the rain without, or at least it can catch the rain very accurately. And so this is a nice system. Here's the top that the rain falls into, and when I lift that off, you can see the inner workings here. There's a tube here that holds 1 inch of rain, and the rain goes into the catch basin, and once it reaches over 1 inch, it'll fill this reservoir here, and this reservoir will hold an additional 11 inches of rain. It measures the rain in 1/100ths of an inch increments, and so it's very accurate. And then I can record those measurements on an app that I have on my phone. And so this pulls off the fence. I've just got that zip tied, and then I can pour this into the other tube to measure it very, very accurately. So I just want to show that to you, and then we'll talk about how we record that. And here's Ruby wanting to be in the mix. She's a great pig, very gentle, makes life fun. So I wanted to show you how I store my weather information on a day-to-day basis, and then I can look back month to month and then year to year and do some comparisons. So I do it all on my iPhone. So the app that I like to store my day-to-day, month to month, year to year weather data in is called Rainlog. That's a free app. They also have a Rainlog Pro that's a paid app, and that will allow you to store data from multiple rain gauges and multiple pastures. And I have not yet initiated that. So to store the day-to-day data, then you hit Rainlog. This is for this month, April. You can see that I've put in the weather for that day at each specific day. So tomorrow is going to be the 4th. So let's say we're on tomorrow. We're going to double tap that. It goes to this screen. Tomorrow is supposed to have some rain in the evening and sun in the morning. So I'm going to tap that icon and save, and it goes back and puts that in the appropriate place. Now let's say we get some rain tomorrow evening. I'm going to come back and repopulate that. Let's say we got 0.65 inches, so I'm going to type in 0.65. I'll save it, and it's going to show up there. So then I can go down to the bottom. I can create a graph, and it shows me how much rain I've gotten for each specific month. So in January we got nearly 4 inches. We got a little over an inch, inch and a half in February, 3.5 or so in March. So I just tap that bar and it tells me down at the bottom how much you got for each respective month to date. Then I can hit compare, and this is going to show me month to date. And so if you it doesn't take into account what I put in for tomorrow, because we're just month to date. So month to date we have not had any rain, but had we had some rain, it would show up here. It shows me the differences in the years. In the last 5 years is what it calculates. That's very helpful. I can come back here and I go up here, go year to date, and it's going to show me that we got 8.45 inches so far this year. And then it does a comparison of the other years. So in 2021 we had 5.96 inches year to date, so we've had more rain this year. And you can see the other numbers. So we had less rain than 2020, we've had less rain than 2018, and less rain than 2017, but we've had 0.69 inches more than 2019. So that's kind of handy. Then we can go up here and hit average, and it does this calculation for you. So the last 2 years we've averaged 39.27 inches. The past 5 years, and I've been keeping data since 2016, the past 5 years we've averaged 40.5 inches. And so far this year, and again it calculated the 0.65 that I put in for tomorrow, so negate that, but it 8 inches and whatever that number was prior. So then it gives you a 4-year total, and you can see 2019 we had almost 36 inches, 37 inches in 2020, 41.46 in 2021. And then it gives you the seasons and tells you what you got through each season. So it's a really neat app. I really like this app. It just takes a little bit of effort on your part to remember to do it every day. And sometimes I'll go when there's no major weather event. I may go for a week or two, and I kind of have to think back approximately what the skies were like, whether they were partly cloudy or sunny or whatever. So then I go back to calendar, and we're back where we were. So I can scroll through the calendar. That's March. You can see the rainfall events we had there, and the amount. February, and it just goes on forever. So very, very nice little app. I really like it. I'd highly recommend it to you if you want to keep track of the weather, and if you like to keep track of the weather. And so off we go. So I just thought that would be kind of cool for y'all to see. If you all have any different types of storage apps that make this easier than this, I'd love to know about them in the comments. And hopefully this is in focus enough that you can see what I was trying to accomplish. So that's it. Have a great day.